Hi friends, it's day 161. In this episode, we're going to be working really hard on taking all of our ideas from yesterday with our brainstorming and our flow map to create our own personal narrative piece. But first, let's jump in with phonemic awareness. Remember, this week we're doing rhyme time a little bit differently. If the set of words rhymes, you're going to give a thumbs up. If they don't rhyme, you're going to give a thumbs down. Ready? Rhyme time. Slop, clop. Flash, flush. Slip, clip. Blend, bland. Those words don't rhyme, but they do both start with an L. Blend, bowl. Plant, slant. Blush, slush. Flag, clump. Clock, clap. Do those words rhyme? They don't rhyme, but they do both start with coal at the beginning. All right, try the next one. Black, slack. Yes. Gloss, floss. Beginning sound. These are all L blends. See if you can identify them. Ready? Cloud, clean. Coal. Blow, blank. Sleeve, slice. Plant, play. Flip, flock. Glide, glue. All right, I'm going to say the sounds. You're going to blend the word. Ready? S-O-ed. F-O-ache. S-T-E-O. K-O-ak. P-O-ed. G-O-ob. S-O-ick. P-O-ace. Ending sounds. What sound do you hear at the end of these words? Ready? All right, let's see if you can tell me the ending sound in practice. Robin. Snoop. Blaze. Vivid. Recent. Break. Page 1, all done. All right, let's do this. I'm going to say a word. You're going to chop the sounds. You can karate chop them. You can scissor cut them. You can use your power arm. Up to you. What's your favorite way to chop the sounds? All right, your pick. Ready? I say a word, then you say a word, then chop it, chop it. I say a word, then you say a word, then chop it, flop. Cloak. Glove. Blaze. Slide. Flat. Gloat. Clean. Bluff. Glue. All right, adding sounds. We're going to add a sound to a word part. Ready? Add bull to aim. Add soul to eek. Add coal to een. Add pull to ace. Add fool to or. Deleting sounds. Take that first sound away. Now these sounds are all L blends. Did you notice that? So you're going to take those blends away to tell me the word part. Please without pull. Slight without soul. Blown without bowl. Clear without cool. Glare without goal. Page 2, all through. We're going to change the beginning sounds to make new words. Ready? Change new to full, flew. Change dime to soul, slime. Change race to pull. Change C to goal. Change mean to coal. Very good. All right, before we jump in with our nursery rhyme for the week, let's review our letter sounds. All right, we're going to review some of our letter sounds and names. Ready? F, fan, f. You say it? Good. Letter, picture, sound. D, dog, duh. Don't forget, friends, this is a hat, not, I don't know. My son thought it looked like a toilet. It's a hat, people. It's a hat. So make sure to not say toilet, because toilet doesn't start with H. What does it start with? Toilet makes a T sound. So that would not make sense. Okay, friends? You ready? Let's do it. H, hat, your turn. Good job. Oh, this letter's in red because it's a vowel. Ready? Letter, picture, sound. O, octopus, ah, and the long O says, oh. Okay, friends, don't forget, this is a rat. Ready? Letter, picture, sound. R, rat, er. Letter, picture, sound. B, bat, ba. Good job. Letter, picture, sound. W, wind, wa. And W is my favorite letter because you know what it stands for. The Watkins Warriors. Last one, letter, picture, sound. Y, yellow, yeah. This week we're working on Mary Had a Little Lamb. So I think it's time for us to spice it up a little bit. We're going to try to read it and recite it like, maybe like an opera singer today. Have your parents had their morning coffee? Well, I hope so, because Mrs. Watkins is about to throw it down as an opera singer. And I hope that you'll join me too. So let's try to channel our opera singers. Do you know what an opera singer does? They dress in very elegant clothing, and people pay lots of money to go to a theater to watch them basically sing stories. The whole time they're singing stories, and there's lots of different characters, and they sing it at the top of their voice like this sometimes. But of course, you know, Mrs. Watkins is just being totally silly. I am not a trained professional in opera singing by any means, but we're just trying to have a good time and have some fun. So you ready to do Mary Had a Little Lamb in our opera singing? All right, so first I will sing it and then you will sing it. We'll take it one step at a time. You ready? Okay, let me see if I can channel this. Mary had a little lamb. Your turn. Its fleece was white as snow. Your turn. And everywhere that Mary went. Your turn. The lamb was sure to go. Your turn. Okay, but there's more. It followed her to school one day. Your turn. That was against the rule. It made the children laugh and play to see a lamb at school. All right, I hope you had fun reciting Mary Had a Little Lamb in your best opera voice, but now I'm just gonna recite it because I kind of lost track of what this whole thing is about. So I'm gonna go back and recite it, and then you can recite it. Ready? Hopefully my neighbors won't come out and start throwing stuff at me from my singing. And parents, thanks so much for dealing with my singing today. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow. And everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. It followed her to school one day, that was against the rule. It made the children laugh and play to see a lamb at school. Okay, friends, let's get ready because now it's time to get going with our writing. You're going to need your map that we created yesterday about our personal narrative, beginning, middle, and end. One thing I want you to do is before you get started, I want you to practice telling your story using complete sentences with your voice. You're going to tell the story. And that way you'll have plenty of practice before you go to write your story. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how I put all of my ideas to pencil and paper. Let's get started. Today we're going to be using our thinking map to help us begin writing our narrative piece. So what I'm going to be showing you today is how I create a title page and how I write across pages to talk about and write about what happened in my story, beginning, middle, and end. So while I'm showing you this, be sure to refer to your own flow map so that you can be thinking about how you're going to be writing across pages. First, I want to practice reviewing my story and telling it out loud. One day, I thought to myself, I really needed a haircut. My hair was so long. I went to the hair salon and sat in the chair. I told the hairstylist what I wanted. The hairstylist cut and cut and cut my hair. Before I knew it, my hair was all gone. I was so surprised, but I didn't tell the hairstylist how I felt. When I went home, I cried. So this is my story, and I can't wait to see yours. So today I'm going to show you how I demonstrate it step by step. What I did was I created myself a booklet. I used a plain white piece of paper, and then I tore out some pages from my primary journal, and I'm going to be using these to now create my complete sentences. I think I have to think of a title for my book. And I know that the main idea of my story is the worst haircut. So I think that's going to be my title. The worst haircut. The worst haircut. And I'm the author of the book, so I'm going to write by Mrs. Watkins. Later on, I'm going to go to illustrate the rest of my story, but today I just want to show you how I'm going to use brave spelling to be able to write my story step by step. So that's the cover page. It's not done, but I'll add some more razzle dazzle as I go. Okay, the worst haircut. I'm going to be referring to my flow map to help me. So I'm looking at my beginning picture here when I was thinking about a haircut. So now I'm going to start writing my complete sentences. One day, now remember last week I asked you to work really hard on writing these snap words so that you would be prepared to write them in your sentences for this week's narrative writing. One day, I thought I needed a haircut. Let me double check that I have a capital letter at the beginning of my sentence. I do. One day, I thought I needed a haircut. And I put punctuation here. Later, I'm going to go back and illustrate my story. Okay, that's the beginning. That's the first page. Now I'm going to go to this first middle square right here. Let me think to myself, what's happening in the story here? I sat in the chair. That's exactly what I did. But before I sat in the chair, I went to the hair salon. So I better write that down first. I went to the hair salon. It's really important that you use these pictures to help guide what you're going to write next, and then practice saying it in complete sentences. I went. I is a snap word. Went. Int is also a snap word. I went to the salon. Can you say that word? Salon. The first sound I hear is s, a, l, on. I went to the salon, period. I sat in the chair is what I'm going to write next. I sat in the chair. Air. Let me make sure I have finger spaces and correct spelling for my snap words and all of those power arm words. I went to the salon. I sat in the chair. Well, I told the lady what I wanted, how I wanted her to cut my hair. I even showed her a picture. So I'm going to add that detail here. I went to the salon. I sat in the chair. I told I told the stylist how I wanted my hair cut. Okay, let's take a look here. I went to the salon. I sat in the chair. I told the stylist how I wanted my hair cut. Let's make sure I included all of those details from my second rectangle. And that makes sense because when we're writing personal narratives, we have to write it in order from beginning, middle, and middle. I'm going to turn the page, and now I'm going to use what I drew on my flow map to help me write the rest. This is the part of the story where I didn't realize the hairstylist was cutting and cutting and cutting all of my hair. So that is what I'm going to write. I remember sitting in that chair for a long time. So I think I'll start this page by writing, I sat in the chair for a long time. I, finger space, sat in the chair, air, for, that's a snap word, a long, for a long time. Now I want you to take a look at this word. Read it. Time. Now I wanted to say time, but right now, friends, it says Tim. Tim. There's a sneaky letter at the end of that word that's going to make that I go long. And that sneaky letter is sneaky E. Now it says time. I sat in the chair for a long time. I want that to have an exclamation point because that's a very exciting and a very strong feelings that I'm expressing here. I sat in the chair for a long time. Before I knew it, my hair was gone. Before I knew it, my hair was gone. So that is what I wrote for this rectangle. Let's see. I sat in the chair for a long time. Before I knew it, my hair was gone. Okay, I think I wrote down everything I wanted to here. Now it's time for me to write the end. Now at the end, it's important to write something that expresses a feeling about what happened to you in this story. So I wrote about a time where I was surprised and sad. So I do know that I didn't let the stylist know that I was upset. So I'm going to write, I didn't tell the stylist I was upset. I do know that I went home and I cried. That is a true story, friends. I went home and cried. I went home and cried, exclamation point. I went home and cried. Now, thankfully, like I said yesterday, hair grows. So I was so happy that my hair grew out. So I think I'm going to end it like that. I went home and cried, but my hair grew back. Okay. Now, what good writers do in kindergarten is, first of all, take a look at all of your ideas from what you drew about yesterday and then pace yourself. Mrs. Watkins showed you how to write up to 3 sentences on a page. You do not have to do all of this in one day. Maybe on the first day, you just want to write about the first 2 pages. And then throughout the week, you can add more details to your pages. I wrote a lot because I love writing. I still have to go back and illustrate it, so maybe I will do that in the next coming days. Again, you don't have to do it all. I would recommend that you try to sit down and write for anywhere between 15 minutes or so to build up your stamina, because in first grade, you're definitely going to need to be writing for about 15 to 20 minutes at a time. So this is how I wrote my personal narrative about the worst haircut. I'm going to make sure to go back and read my story. Let's go ahead and take a look. One day I thought I needed a haircut. As I'm reading, I want to make sure I wrote all of the details in order. I went to the salon. I sat in the chair. I told the stylist how I wanted my haircut. I sat in the chair for a long time. Before I knew it, my hair was gone. I didn't tell the stylist I was upset. I went home and cried, but my hair grew back. Now, as you're writing, be sure to remember to write your details in order. Refer to your flow map, and then don't forget to tell about how you felt at the end. I can't wait to see what you write about. Archie was so excited to see all that writing that I just did that he just wanted to come and say what our episode was all about. Let's recap. Today we learned how to take our ideas from our flow map and how to turn them into real pages on a booklet. I want to encourage you to continue writing all throughout the week. Again, you don't have to complete this whole booklet in one day. And think about those feeling words. What types of feelings were you having when this happened to you? I'm choosing to write about a time that I was surprised and really, really sad. But then in the end, I understood that my hair grew back. Thank goodness. I'm going to be working on my booklet illustrations as well. I'm going back to add some details. I do want to let all parents know that if your child can write at least 1 sentence on each page, they're on the right track. If you can write 2 sentences on each page, even better. I wrote a lot because I just love writing and I have a lot to share. So pace yourselves, have fun, and remember, a personal narrative is a true story about you. Maybe you want to write about the time you first got your pet. That would be a great way to start a story. There's so many other stories that we could continue to write about. I want to wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Have a wonderful, wonderful time writing. Keep up the great work. Until next time.